This is Gabriel Shahin, certified financial planner and president of Falcon Wealth Planning. I just got back pumping my car with gas, and it was almost $100 for just 15 gallons. That's what happens in Southern California. So I thought this could be a great time for somebody who's owned four Teslas, where my wife and I currently drive a Tesla, and I've had two other ones in the past. I thought it'd be a fantastic person and who's bought them and leased them to tell you what you should be doing. Because we have a great video of buying versus leasing a regular car, but what about an EV car, especially with the new tax credits that are available? So the same things apply just if you should buy an electric car versus if you should lease an electric car. Nothing really has changed with the core characteristics. So if you were to watch my other video, you'll see if you're a long-term car owner, which is 7 years or more, it makes sense to buy. Versus a lease, where if you typically hold on to a car for 5 years or less, it still makes sense to do that. If you drive a lot of miles, you probably should buy it. Drive low miles, leasing could make sense. Depends on the type of car as well. On a higher end car, they typically depreciate a lot faster. Now, versus just a normal Tesla and so on. Now, technology versus buying. If you're not very tech savvy, maybe buying makes sense because the technology is moving so fast in those cars. So they're always newer in a lease car because you're flipping them over every 3 years or so. Now, the type of driver, okay, if you are not the safest driver, I would lease. Number one, the more accidents you get, the less valuable your car becomes. At least when it's a lease, you get to return it back and let whoever has it after that deal with the accident records. But also, they're safer cars. They now have certain infrared, they have certain sensors, they have navigation pulls, GPS pulls to just make your car safer. Now, here's the big part: should you buy or lease an electric vehicle, whatever the electric vehicle is? There's so many out there now. Here's how you figure it out. First off, they are now offering a $7,500 credit depending on your income. For example, if married, 300,000, 150,000 if you're single, of adjusted gross income. You get $7,500 off on the car when you do your taxes. Now, here's the thing: certain manufacturers are actually giving it to you at the point of sale. Now, you can't just make $1 million a year and wink, wink, I make less than 300,000 or 150. They will verify it come tax season. So, really, for those who are higher income, a lot of manufacturers take the 7,500 because now the manufacturer will get it if you lease the car. They will get the $7,500 and they'll put it towards the payment for the lease, which means historically speaking, the lease payments are lower than when you buy a car. Now, I know when you buy a car, it depends on interest rate, how much down payment, if you have a trade in, I get it. But because now leases are so affordable on EVs because the government gives them $7,500. Another thing when leasing a car, sometimes not all cars, not all batteries are made equal. I know I've had four different EVs since 2018. So some batteries degrade faster than other batteries, believe it or not. So what beauty with the lease is, who cares? You're returning it back. If you own it, that battery, almost all EVs have a warranty of maybe 8 to 10 years, typically 120,000 miles or so. So yes, it's still long, but if you put in a lot of miles, that might not be so great versus a lease. Obviously, high miles can cause problems in a lease, but you don't have to worry about the battery degeneration, the degradation of the battery. You don't have to worry about that because who cares? In 3 years, most likely the battery is going to be fine. And just in general, your EV is always under warranty, which is just great. That's in general, whether it's EV or not. But for me, for somebody who used to drive a lot, I bought a Tesla. Now I don't drive as much. So I do a lease. And I always like newer cars. In addition to that, right now, from a tax benefit point of view, not much of a tax benefit for my buy side. So on the lease side makes a lot of sense because the payment is lower. They apply the 7,500 towards the lease payment. So hopefully this was helpful. Just kind of crazy to me because I just got done from the gas station. I said, normally I get dressed up and all nice for you guys when I present a video, but my goodness, it was shocking. 15 gallons, almost $100. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions, reach out below. Would love to hear your thoughts on this video, and especially if you disagree.